It's time. We're here. We made it. We had to.
Some audio issues.
Yeah, we basically converted the setup to a very bizarre hardware software hybrid. But yeah, we'll watch the 3v3 at the same time. Jesus, do you want to spectate? Jesus saves.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't think there's going to be any game audio, guys. I completely mangled the setup so that me and Sneb could both hear this stuff at the same time and also talk simultaneously. And yeah, guys, viewer call-ins are actually now enabled. So you can call in. You do have to be a follower, no degens are getting into this. And, I mean, yeah, you can just talk to us. It's going to be a relatively short stream. We've got an early morning tomorrow. Sneb he's flying. He's going on aircraft to get the hell out of here. But, yeah, we'll do like 2 hours. If people call in, you can do that. If you don't want to, I mean, don't. It really is up to you. Oh, I believe... Wait, Nike's calling in. He's actually calling in.
Oh, nice.
Wait, I need to... Okay, I'm going to... Wait, how do we do this? Okay, invite. Yeah. Okay, let's bring him in. But yeah, I mean, have you noticed that Nike has a new microphone, by the way? Because I think his old mic kind of died, but it's back now.
Yeah.
What mic did you end up
glad
getting?
it's gone. It's Audio Technica, and it has a really snappy name. It's like XT17875. You know, some like random.
Yeah, no. Well, funnily enough, actually, Sneb's wearing an Audio Technica headset actually right now, and yeah, my first mic was an Audio Technica as well, I think. Oh no, my second mic was. My first mic was Editor's Keys. But yeah, it's a very good brand, actually. That's legit.
Yeah, I really like Audio Technica stuff. It's pretty good. I think I have basically the same headset, and then but I have a Shure SM7B for
for podcasting.
Yeah, but yeah, they're both good, guys. I don't know if you guys can tell, but we're sunburnt to hell.
Yeah, we're not that burnt. We're like a little burnt.
Guys, look at this.
You guys like literally went out in the sun for like 45 minutes and you're sunburnt?
Yeah.
The British
we're a
sun,
little
no less?
burnt.
Oh
like,
my God.
He's not that burnt. Like, he's not that burnt.
I went to a water park yesterday.
There's a line.
Yeah. Yeah, because he was wearing a hat and a headband, right? So he has like a headband line right on his face.
Cool.
Yeah, it's not super. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, it's pretty mild. Like, we're not like incinerated. Like, my arms are a little red.
My eyes hurt a bit.
Oh wait, oh yeah.
Yeah. Well, you wore sunglasses, and I was like, oh, I don't think I need the sunglasses.
Yeah,
maybe I did need.
I want to point out, by the way, I brought some for you.
He did. Offer me sunglasses.
I brought water. I brought sunglasses in case you wanted some.
Yeah.
And you said like, no, I don't want it.
Yeah, I accepted the water.
Yeah, that is true. You did accept the water.
Yeah, I think I'm pretty much fine otherwise.
Yeah, my arms
went
were
to a water park with my nephews yesterday in Orlando.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's fun.
Got a lot of sun. I was blitzed by the end of the day.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So I was keeping track of my steps, like, because you have to like. The thing about water parks, and I like them now. When I realize this, is that you have to go upstairs.
Oh yeah.
To get to, like, there's no free rides. You must, if to go down the slide, you must go up the slide.
Yeah.
So it weeds out a certain element from the parks, so there's not as much lines anymore as there might have been, say, 30 years ago.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta. Honestly, it's good. Like, I think that kind of stuff is nice. I think. Are we closing in on 30K today? 30K steps.
25K.
25K. Yeah.
We'll probably hit 30 by the end of the day.
Yeah, because we got to walk back. Yeah. So we got some good work.
Yeah, I actually had 25K steps yesterday. It was
nice.
Good.
Yeah, that's big actually. Yeah, we honestly love to see that. Very, very nice. It's actually a very competitive match. It was actually really close. Like, it's gonna be a 3-0 in favor of blue here, but it's actually very close. Like, they had some downsets that they nearly were able to get it off. Very unconventional comp as well from red team, right? They got Renegade, Spellbreaker, and then the Spectre coming in. So kind of an interesting approach. Oh, did we run for an event? Yeah, now, well, yeah, that was kind of the original plan, but we're like, fuck it, let's not do that. Let's just go.
Yeah, this is the start of a journey. Okay, so for context, I was planning on doing like a half or something, but then I broke my foot when I started training for it. So now I've had to like just try to be able to run again.
Yeah.
And so today was essentially my foray into that. I've been doing like really long walks, and I've been running like 2.5 or 3K, and then walking the other 2K. So today I actually ran, I think I got closer to 4K. So so I did pretty well, but my foot just gives out after a while. It's just like super tired. So rather, like, I don't want to get hurt again. So I just go until it like it's kind of risky to keep going, and then I stop.
Yeah, and I think the plan is that we're gonna try and run a half next year in May, right? I think.
Wait, what's this clip?
Wait, which clip? Wait, the video download was cancelled. Oh, this is the phone throw. Yeah, when I threw the phone, I think. But it's also just weirdly not wanting to play. Okay.
Yeah, that was a good moment. There was a couple really good moments today. My wife has gotten attacked by pigeons several times.
Oh, also the in-game music's working now.
Yeah, it is.
I don't know why, but it just is.
I can hear it.
Yeah, wait, could you hear it the whole time?
Well, when you turned it on there, I could.
I couldn't. Wait, I mean, I guess I can hear it now. Okay, never mind. Yeah, we're good. But yeah, that's going to be the
Sneb,
goal. Oh, sorry, go ahead, Nike.
I was going to ask if Sneb has eaten at Nando's since he's
I've
been
seen
in
it
the
a couple
UK.
times, and I told my wife we should go try it, but because I've never tried it, obviously.
I'm under the understanding that it is the only British fast food that's worth having.
Oh wow.
Really? Okay, well, I'll have to go
Yep.
for sure.
Honestly, it's not something I've been. I think my brother's been a fair.
From
bit. I don't think I've ever
from
really
like
been
a large chain anyway.
Yeah.
Put it that way. You're supposed to also get the piri piri sauce, is what I'm told.
That does sound good.
Okay.
Actually. Yeah.
I've tried a few things, but I don't know that all of them were chains. Obviously, I've gotten one of those 5-pound meal deals, I guess.
Hell yeah.
So that was good. I had fish and chips from like a proper fish and chips place today. It was really good, but it was very filling. I made a mistake. My wife and I should have shared one.
Yeah, they went for the large. Okay, which is pretty big.
Well, I went for the large and my wife went for the regular because I looked at the prices and I was like, oh, like it must not be that big, because we were just in London where everything was like insane, right? So I made a critical error. Like neither of us could finish it. So we should have just gotten one.
What was better, the fish or the chips? Like which was?
The fish was the
more
best I've ever
pleasing?
had. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, that's
Fried fish.
See, look at the praise there.
Well, it was the best fish and chips-esque fish that I've ever had, if that makes sense. Like the best fried fish.
Okay.
I've had some really good fish, right? Like I'm a big sashimi fan, and yeah, I've had like I lived in the middle of the ocean basically on a little island, right? So the locals would come to my door, they'd knock on the
Little
door.
St. James.
I lived in Micronesia.
Oh.
And they
That's
would
far away.
Yeah, they would come to the door and they would have like a big yellowfin tuna in their hand, and they would clean it right there for us, and we'd eat sashimi. It was crazy. It's the best. That's the best fish. It's when it's fresh like that, or we'd make tuna steak like that. Oh man, it was crazy good.
Yeah. Like, how do you call in? If you want to call in, guys, it's on Twitch, and you should just see like a little a button you can click on.
At the top of the chat.
Yeah, at the top of the chat. Yeah, and you basically get in line, right? Like we'll get to you when we get to you, right? And you can ask us stuff.
Yeah, you can call in. You can ask any life question.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know if you guys have ever seen that gecko, the advice gecko, but we're basically doing that. For
Yes.
This, hour
The
and a
only
half.
geckos we have in the United States they sell you insurance.
That's
for
true.
your car.
And they have very good marketing commercials that I can use in my classes.
Oh.
Be funny.
Yeah.
Okay.
Essentially, that's like it. He's a British lizard who sells you insurance,
Oh.
and he
Does
like
a good
plays
job,
dumb
apparently.
about
No,
like other things.
Their marketing is very clever because there'll be just something happening, and you're like, "What is this?" And then suddenly it'll just flip and it'll just say Geico and like go to the commercial, right? But it just gets your attention by doing something that's like kind of not related. If that makes sense.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Wait, Frosty's calling in. I'm adding Frosty.
Frostball 9000.
Oh, wait. I invited both of them. Fuck it. I'm adding both of them at the same time. If they accept. Let's see what happens. TCM Broken Butt wants to join, I believe.
It's good.
Okay. All right, here we go. I'm bringing him in. Show on stream. All right, I'm pushing both of them. Let's just bring him in. I'm just bringing him in.
Okay.
He's here.
Amazing.
Look who it is.
He's in. You're back to watch PvP, actually, Frosty. Not a surprise.
Yeah, of
You've
course.
been attracted to it.
I want to hear from TC and Broken Butt personally.
Okay.
Hello?
Hello.
Hello.
I have a question for the stream.
Okay, do it. Drop it.
What would you do if you woke up and your entire family was dead?
Holy shit.
But how far in the family? Do you just mean like nuclear family or like extended cousins too? Like and like
Your
aunt and
family.
uncle? Like every single person
Like
who's
everyone.
like genetically related to you in any way?
No. Your mom, your dad, your brother, your cousin, your grandmother.
I mean, goddamn, I'm
I
pretty
guess
sad about it, to be honest.
Yeah. I'd
I'm
be
not
like,
sure I'd
this
have
is
a plan.
annoying
Yeah, I'd just
because
be like, oh man, this fucking sucks.
imagine having to plan multiple funerals at
Yeah.
once. Like that's just,
Why?
How many people have life insurance?
yeah, that's a big problem.
I mean,
That's
I
a
guess
big
you.
question.
Wait, so you're thinking about collecting? Like, that's cold, dude.
Well,
I mean, you have to think about it.
I mean, I
It's-
guess
it's part of the
yes,
equation.
I guess.
it's a pretty important question because
Yeah.
otherwise you're about to incur some pretty intense.
I guess you get taxed, right?
Yeah, there's going to be some pretty intense financial implications here. You better hope some people have life insurance.
There's always burial at sea. It's relatively cheap.
Yeah, interesting question though. To
You
be
cannot
honest.
bury someone in water. It's only
No,
in the
you
ground.
you do it out in the ocean at
Also, like, what's
international
the?
waters.
I feel like we need some like context. What's the situation, right? Like, do they just like get Thanos, or do they get like murdered or like hit by a car or something?
Yeah,
Like, what's the?
you wake up and they're dead.
But how?
Somehow.
They got bored to death.
What? Dude, this is shit. Look at this crazy match. There's like some 1v2 action going on here.
I like that there's a warrior with a hammer.
Yeah.
In PvP.
Did he actually? What if he does it? Oh. Oh my god.
Oh, could he do it?
He actually gets the down state. He needs to get the heal.
He's got to get the heal.
Holy
He's
shit.
actually kiting.
Oh my god. He's actually doing it.
Kite.
Look at it.
Oh my god.
He's condied though.
Comeback I've
He has
ever
conditions.
seen.
He has conditions.
Oh yeah. Oh boy.
He's burning to death. It's over. It's over.
Oh, but he could.
He could vengeance.
Yeah, he could.
I mean,
vengeance.
he has to get the
He has to get
interrupt
the
here.
knockdown. He's got to get the knockdown
He has.
right
Oh
now.
no, he's given up. He's
No, you fool!
He's mentally broken.
Oh!
He mentally broke.
Bro, he actually still had a chance if he vengeance.
Yeah, he didn't want to go for it. He didn't feel like the vengeance was going to cut it.
Yeah, look, viewers, why are you not all calling immediately?
Well, I mean, okay. I'm adding Roy as well. I'm just adding Roy, dude. Did you guys know that he placed the gathering nodes on the latest map? Did you know
That's
that?
pretty good. Yeah,
He actually did do that, by the way.
I'm proud of him.
That seems like a step backwards career-wise, doesn't it?
Yeah, because I thought he was kind of moved off nodes right onto World Vs as well, because he did like the World Vs World reward guy, like that
feels-
sick ass vendor that gives you like giga exotic gear. But I guess maybe he does nodes too, right? He did did both of them.
Maybe it's one of those things where like your coworkers call in sick and they're like, listen, Roy, Trudy, the node woman called in sick, so you're back on node duty, buddy.
Yeah, so he has to like
week."
fill in for someone who's like not available to do the nodes.
Yeah.
I
Hello?
think he's here. Hello.
Hello.
Dude, this is so scuffed.
I will admit it is a little bit scuffed.
Welcome.
Wait, did you see the running
Yeah.
stream? If you want to see scuffed, that was scuffed.
So I woke up. So you were streaming at like 4 a.m. for me. I woke
Yeah.
up at like 9 this morning, and I saw your notification. So I went and I saw you weren't streaming anymore. So I was like, oh, there must be a VOD. So I went to the VOD, and I watched a good amount of it, man. Good job. Congrats on your first 5K. That's awesome.
Yeah. It was quite the adventure, and yeah, we had a nice walk as well. Unfortunately, the internet did not survive for all of it, but yeah, it was really good. It was definitely fun.
That's sick though, dude.
And yeah, we're gonna keep grinding. Like
Oh yeah.
Do you actually run, Roy? Do you do you run?
I used to. I ran in high school.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
did cross country and track.
Yeah, cool.
We'd like to invite you to run in the Calgary Marathon.
I'm not a marathon.
We're gonna do the half.
Well, I think a half. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
oh,
like
okay.
the plan is I'm gonna go.
Yeah,
to
the,
Canada and run a half
That's
with,
doable with a year. That's
yeah, like a
definitely
year of
doable.
training.
Yeah,
like half
longest
marathons is
race.
more doable, yeah.
Longest race I ever did was 5 miles. I mostly
Yeah,
just did
okay.
5Ks.
Yeah.
I have not been running in a while. In the last 2 times I ran, I was having some like pretty bad shin splints. So
yeah.
I can
it
help
might,
with that.
but it might just be a training thing because I put on a lot of weight and I used to run when I was like,
Not
yeah,
weight.
yeah.
You don't want to put. You bulked up.
He bulked.
Well,
It's the onion
some
rings,
of it's
man.
definitely.
Like if you go for
Yeah.
that
Oh
stuff,
yeah, true. I've actually
get big.
exclusively been eating onion rings for the last 3 years. It's the onion ring diet.
I mean, that is vegetables.
Yeah. Well, when is the half marathon, Sneb?
I believe it's in May. Usually the end of May.
Oh, like next year.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah. Like you've got a year. A
Yeah.
year.
All right. Maybe. We'll see.
Yeah. Also, there's a
Might be
magic
down.
bulge for the pretty fat loot. We've got Mjolnir here, Knight's Charge, Stormcaller Mace, Mystic Forge Conduit. I think this thing's pretty expensive actually. Or maybe I don't.
Yeah,
I think
those are
it's-
like.
I think it's like
What
a
is that
decent
for?
bit of cash. It's like the thing that gives you the portable Mystic Forge. I think it's got.
No,
yeah,
I mean, what are
160
these
worth of 100 gold,
rewards
which is-
for?
yeah. 134 gold, and I think Mjolnir's also
Probably-
pretty expensive, no? Yeah, 600 gold. Yeah, wow, hey, thanks a lot. That's very kind of you.
Is it for
I
Moda?
will slap that into the prize pool for
It's like 1,000 gold
the
at least,
tournament. Yeah, Master of the Arena 3. It's happening.
It's still happening?
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah?
probably after the expansion,
When?
but yeah, like I'm not gonna give up on it. Like I said, I'll do it. I'm doing it. Okay.
right. Hell yeah,
if I
dude.
have to, if
Hell
I
yeah.
have to, literally, do kind of the same situation here and like find these PvPers, one, make them reform, and then force them to
good
play.
luck.
I'll do
Well,
it.
that's
Like,
not happening.
It's happening. Oh yeah,
You might have to find
do you
them from
enjoy
other
those?
games.
Actually, wait. I think Frosty, you would find it extremely funny. The situation that happened with Motor 3. I think you would like it.
Really?
Yeah.
What happened?
So here's the situation. Wait, are you aware of Kanye West's latest work?
Yes, very aware.
Okay, so two
Its latest work.
two French guys were slamming that on stream, praising Hitler, and also spamming slurs
Why-
and drawing.
why you even bringing this up,
symbols
bro?
On the minimap in PvP.
Why'd
Well,
you
luckily
bring this up
ain't it-
when I got here? Teapot? Any reason in particular?
Well, I just think that. Look, Frosty. You know, he's obviously
Yeah?
aware of the Guild Wars 2 PvP scene. Like, he knows
Uh-huh.
he knows how it is. I just thought he'd kind of find that entertaining.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Can I get a
I don't find it
DYV
entertaining.
in chat?
Yeah.
I mean, luckily, ArenaNet banned them. So.
Yeah, they did get banned. Yeah.
Wait,
I
so
mean,
sorry,
honestly,
I
if they
missed
didn't
that.
get
What,
banned,
what did you
holy
say?
shit, like that would be wild. Like if they did get banned.
What did they do with the French people? I missed that completely.
Wait, they just liked Kanye, maybe a little too much.
Oh. On stream or what?
On stream, yeah, they were cranking it, and also
They were
What
having
is that noise?
They were having an advanced debate about the merits of National Socialism on their stream, which was, I mean, not
Huh?
exactly a timely or seasonable topic.
Yeah. And that's just what they did. That's the direction they felt they needed to go in PvP.
That's who you need for Moda 3.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
have to get them. You have to
No,
beg for them to join.
Yeah, I somehow I
Fro-
don't think so.
Frosty, do you have a dog?
No? Yeah.
Is he playing with a squeak toy?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. just random question.
Takega.
Yeah. What Sneb, what do you think of
I like
what do you think of DOIB? Like Glizzy R
DYB plus
Looney
Tuesday. is
Tuesday.
very
Yeah, like
powerful.
Looney
You guys don't
Tuesday
even
is pretty
know
fucking
about
powerful.
The power of Looney Tuesday.
Yeah.
It is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Check your mail.
Wait, bro, he's like dropping legendaries? What the fuck? Hold on. Oh my god. Wait, we dropped a Massey's dropped a nuke.
Oh.
Twilight, Orion's
oh!
Fang, and then triple like Chaos.
Chaos,
Wait,
yeah.
Chaos, that's big too, actually. Dude, bro just dropped a
Who is this
nuke.
person?
That's actually insane.
If you'd like to send any.
Whoa,
further
wait, we got
things,
more
you can
coming
al-
in?
You could always send.
Feel
things
free to send them to me.
Snebzler.4851. That is Snebzler.4851.
That's crazy. Dude, we just dropped like a massive bomb here, like Ember Infusion. That's
That's
actually
sick.
a lot. Winter's Heart Infusion, and then also I think Snow Diamond. Like these are all expensive, right? Like relatively expensive items. Dude, we got like 5k gold.
That's
More
great.
actually.
Do you think
more
that
like
the origin
7K.
of these items might have something to do with your shaman's name?
Yeah, I mean, look, that's legal in this game, bro. Like, you want to
Yeah,
little swiping?
yeah, no, it
I
is.
got no problem with that. It's yeah, it's not a big deal. These berries, take them. Listen, I'm just gonna say, I'm exposing Scales. Scales claimed that he was duping tens of thousands of gold. He didn't do that shit. It was all fake news. He didn't have the balls to do it.
Because I reported him directly to Grouch, literally.
Yeah.
I did. I'm not joking about that. And
Yeah.
since he
Damn,
didn't
that's
get
based.
banned,
Yeah.
since they didn't get banned, I feel like it's probably correct that he was lying.
I mean, that's pretty epic.
Is there a way to add a noise gate? Oh yes, there is. Okay.
Yeah.
Why would you need a noise gate?
Because I think you're hearing all my typing.
Oh, I thought you meant for the dog.
Yeah.
We
wanna hear the
Frost
dog,
definitely
though.
needs a noise gate.
We want to hear the dog, no?
I like every time I hear it, I feel joy. So I think it should be louder.
Yeah.
No, okay, fair enough.
Yeah. But yeah,
In
honestly,
Belgium.
like a massive shout out there to Major Boy. That's very kind of you to drop the bomb. I'm glad you just like randomly dropped it. Love to see that. Apparently this is a big match. Okay, this is apparently a fat match.
Yes.
Also, guys, call-ins are still on. We can probably
Yes.
just like still
Call
add
in,
you.
ask anything
Yes.
you want.
Yeah, we'll add you. Like we'll
Yes.
just keep these guys around here. Frosty's in here. He's actually really
Yes.
hyped for Classic Plus right now because they're going to add the WoW token and War Mode, so people can opt out of PvP entirely. That's kind of his main love.
What kind of dog do you have, Frosty?
King Charles Spaniel. I don't know if you say it like that in English. I have no idea.
Oh, nice.
I don't know. She's 4 months.
Oh yeah, you're in the hell phase.
Yeah, kind of. But I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, dogs that are still puppies are they're very cute, but they're little terrors.
Yeah, basically.
Dude, what a dominating game there. Did Sakaya on his scrapper? He farmed the 2v2 hard. He's back for the 3v3. He's actually just feasting.
Wow.
He's the thickest man alive. Honestly, this is Sakaya 1v9. Like, literally Sakaya 1v9. New name. It's wild. But yeah, Roy, I mean, what's going on, man? It's actually been a while, right? I feel like since we've actually talked
Yeah, what up?
directly. You've been placing nodes right on the new map?
Yep.
Yeah. Are you doing that for the expansion as well, or is that like not? Do they have someone else do that, or like is that is that above the pay grade? Like expansion nodes, is that like too much?
Yeah, they don't let me anywhere near it these days. They let me out of the closet for QR3 nodes, but now I'm back in.
Yeah.
Yeah. I forget what the sun feels like.
Yeah. Like I definitely won't after today. Goodness me.
Oh yeah.
That's good.
But yeah.
Is it hot there?
It's pretty humid. It's like not super hot, but it's like pretty humid. So it feels a little bit hotter than it was. It was a pretty sunny day. It was a nice day.
It's weird because I'm from.
So are you in
Paris, so it's
are you and
really-
Sneb sharing a bed?
Yes.
Nice.
Yes,
No,
we
I
are.
have Roy. I have a hotel. I have a wife. My wife is here. Wait, did you guys not know that? My wife is here with me.
Yeah, okay, Sneb, sure.
She was here. She was on the stream.
Yeah, okay,
supposedly
Sneb.
watching
Yeah,
Lana.
sure, Sneb. Yeah.
I watched the whole stream and Sneb. I mean, he's just lying. I'm sorry.
Yeah, he's spreading misinformation about his own life.
Yeah. I bet your wife's from another country too.
Canada, actually.
Yeah.
Wow. Shocker.
She's
Yeah.
actually from the U.S. But
Yeah. Oh yeah, okay, man. Sure. Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Dude, wait, this guy's quitting Guild Wars 2, sold everything I had and bought the stuff for the gold. I go, oh shit. Well, I mean, there you have it. I mean, like,
is
I
my
appreciate
mic
it.
like not working?
I think it. I think,
No,
no, I
it
think
is.
you're good.
Testing.
You're definitely good.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm
Wait,
just quieter, I guess.
Wait. Oh yeah. Just make. Yeah. I guess like yeah. It's pretty short range, right? So make sure it's pretty close.
I'll put it like in my mouth.
Yeah.
Just talk like that.
Yeah.
Dude, look at that guy's name.
How do I call
David
in?
Goggins
And
of
if
cannabis.
if you haven't,
How do I call it?
like to
First message.
Well, here's it. Like to avoid degens and like weird shit with people making new accounts, I've got it set
bye,
up
Mickey.
so you can't call in unless you've been following for 24 hours at least. Because like I know how the internet works.
How long have they been following?
I know how the internet works. So I don't want any like weird shit going on.
Oh, next gotta
Okay. Oh, yeah, wait. We've got an invite. Okay, I'm bringing Gold 24.
As long as there's no Osu players in this call.
Oh, unfortunately there are.
Sorry, what?
I'm pushing him in.
What's wrong with the players, Roy?
No.
Hello.
Oh, Gail. What's up,
He's
Gail?
here.
Hey,
What's up?
can you
Big
hear
fan
me?
of Gail. Yeah.
I can't hear you. You need to
Hello.
scream.
Yeah. Hi, Roy. Hi, Sneb. Hi, Teapot. And look,
Frostball.
What do we do for you?
screaming, right? Yeah, I am
The Knack
screaming.
Rev.
Yeah, it's just I don't know if I'm like listening double or not. First time I'm using this calling.
No, you're good.
Yeah.
I'd say Frosty is most well known actually for his
Yeah.
participation in.
I want to
Bust
ask: Are
He's
you
actually
actually
a
gonna
powerful
coach
member of
Sneb on
Bust Down, lads.
StarCraft?
Coach me in StarCraft? No. I'm telling you guys, Warcraft 3 is the thing now. Everyone needs to move from StarCraft to Warcraft. Warcraft 3 is gaming.
Yeah. Dude,
Yes.
it's 3-0 fucking brutal. Holy shit. Wait, I mean, like, I can coach you in 1v1. Like, what matchup do you need coaching in?
He's saying you should coach me.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I can't. It's like the order's a bit scuffed. I could coach Sneb. I mean, honestly, 2v2 is content. We could do 2v2. We could do 2v2 in Warcraft 3 and StarCraft 2.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah,
better
that
than
would
the
be
PvP
amazing.
arc.
Yeah.
I finally fixed the sound. I was having like double feedback.
Oh, okay.
I was being mind flooded.
Well,
So yeah, just teach Sneb how to make units. It's the time.
And yeah, that is good. Honestly, we could do co-op as well. Like the co-op in SC2 is actually really fun. I've been playing it with Planix.
Yeah,
a fair
it
bit.
is.
It's actually really fun.
It is. I was like involved in the co-op community like for a long
Yeah.
while, like a couple of years, and I had a lot of fun.
Yeah, no, I like it a lot. I'm actually surprised how good it was. I wasn't expecting it to be as good as it is, actually. Because obviously I'm like
Yeah,
a big
I would-
big 1v1 player. Like until literally like a couple of months ago when me and Planix like did a couple of games, he was like, "Yeah, do you want to come do some co-op?" I'd never played a single game of co-op, like even once. Like, and I've had SE2 for since Wings, so I've obviously played the game for a while. I've just never played the co-op, only the 1v1. But it's actually really good. It's actually it's,
yeah, I
it's one
was
of these
surprised.
things. It's actually so good that I now do actually genuinely consider like co-op to be like an absolutely mandatory feature. Like if you're going to release a new RTS, it has to have co-op. It has to have co-op like SC2 has because it's actually really, really good. And I can understand like
Yeah.
why, like to this day, co-op is probably the most active part in SC2 because I think that it's like really, really fun for a lot of people to kind of have that cooperative like RTS experience and not stress out so much about like the the PvP element of it and just kind of like make units and like make a crazy big army, right, and like smash stuff. I think that's what people really like.
Yes,
So I think you
so-
really need to have that if you're going to make a new RTS. Big fan.
Yeah, so the people from Stormgate got Monk, the lead designer from the SC2 co-op.
Yeah.
I think Monk is in, and they got another dude that was pretty involved in co-op, like working for Stormgate, but I haven't heard like anything of Stormgate like
Yeah, I mean they kind of
Since the
flipped
last
their,
beta or
like,
something.
their kind of like beta or whatever. It did not really connect. I think they have been making a lot of improvements to it, but I'm gonna be honest with you. Like I'm gonna make a prediction. Stormgate will release, and it's gonna be like scuffed StarCraft 2. Like that is the reality. It's just not gonna be as good.
Yeah.
Like as much as I hate to say it, we can need Blizzard to come through on this. They need Blizzard need to actually come back to RTS and make Warcraft 4.
If they make Warcraft 4,
That'd be crazy, right?
I will only play Warcraft 4.
They could drop that because I'm actually not convinced that any other company can make an RTS as good as Warcraft 3 and StarCraft 2.
Yeah.
I don't think it's possible. I don't think anyone can
Warcraft
do it.
3 is such a good game.
Yeah.
It is incredible.
I just haven't seen any project that's getting close to those two. Like, I just haven't seen
have you guys even played like I think the new Age of Mythology is kind of good. Age of Empires 2, like
I just can't
Age of
get
Empires
into
2
Age
is
of
like
Empires.
still really good.
Like, I know they're good games. I just can't get into it. I don't know if it's because they're too slow or what. But when I play Warcraft 3, it's like the perfect pace.
Yeah, it's the end. It's like the mechanics.
Yeah.
Well, the game mechanics are just so good.
Yeah, so I also played a lot of Age of Empires 2, and I think that the main difference with StarCraft, for instance, is how involved the macro mechanics are. Like, you essentially need to micro your macro a lot, since you have like 4 different resources and a lot of different ways to get them. It's like a whole different pace. The overall game pace is slower, but it's like there's some pretty nice design, like consequences that it makes like for way better team games. For instance, like you see like plenty of tournaments do like team games, unlike StarCraft, where team games it's like I haven't heard of any like big team game tournaments in StarCraft. While on Age of Empires, it's kind of the norm. Like,
well, yeah, because like
all the
SC2 is always like
streamers-
very focused on 1v1. Like that's what it's always been. Like the 2v2 is actually really good though. Like there's been some tournaments run by Hardstuck and Uthermal, sorry, actually, and they're actually like really competitive. They have all the top players playing them and stuff, like Cyril and so on. And they're actually really good. It's just never been a focus of the community. The community has been like, honestly, a little bit, if I'm going to be real, a little bit elitist around 1v1. They basically view, there's been like a long time thing that team games are viewed as like inferior almost, right? Like to that. I think that's kind of a community actually, which is a really big mistake, right? Because if you actually look at Warcraft 3, I think Warcraft 3 has like a couple of key advantages that help it stay alive more than SE2 actually. The first big one is actually the gameplay pacing is a fair bit slower, and 2, the game is way less macro focused. Like StarCraft 2 is like blistering fast in terms of the macro. Like Warcraft 3 is like a lot more chill. It's a lot more about like controlling your units and like using your spell casters properly, and you know, making sure that you're, you know, getting every bit of value out of your units. Whereas StarCraft 2 is like very, very fast paced. It's all about like map control and like how fast you can be and like how many different places you can attack at the same time. And the other one is that Warcraft 3 has like always, I feel like, had a really good community around team games.
I'm gonna say
I think that community has like worked out really well.
I'm gonna say this. The reason StarCraft like team games are not like that popular is because of Zerg.
That's true.
Essentially because the creep is so annoying for your allies.
Yeah, I mean that
It's
does
like-
it is a little bit annoying, yeah.
No, not that bit. It's a lot.
I mean, I don't,
Like-
I'm
Because you
been
can't
bothered
build on
by
the
it.
creep, bro.
Yeah, but it's not that bad though.
Yeah, it's really bad.
I mean, if your team
It
like,
is.
plays around it properly, like I don't know, I've played like random team.
Well, but
and it's
you-
not the end
But
of
for
the world.
Zerg, like the creep makes them very powerful, so they want to spread it
Yeah.
everywhere. But then it essentially disables buildings for your ally.
Yeah, but you just have to like kind of plan around that, right? That's what you have to do.
Yeah, but I mean,
Wait, holy
I
shit!
made
Whoa!
This is a game. Roy, dude, do you want to explain this,
Yeah,
bro?
what?
You might want to check out
What?
the stream.
happening?
This is leaked. This is leaked. I don't know where you got this, but dude, this is game
What
ending.
the hell is this? Who is that?
You say that you don't like onion rings, like, and here we actually have a video of you at the ArenaNet studio.
Wait, is that actually AI?
Dude, this is you at the ArenaNet studio, live,
That,
eating
that doesn't
like
even
mass
really
onion
look that
rings.
much like me, honestly.
Oh, really?
That's AI, right? Like it's not just someone who
of
looks
course. Hey,
somewhat like me.
Wait, do you think that you actually were eating onion rings?
No, I don't think that's me. I just like, you know, yeah, okay.
Certainly looks like
I don't know,
it.
maybe someone like found a random video of some dude eating onion rings that looked like me and put
Oh
it
my
the
God.
logo behind it. I don't know. But no, it's of course. Okay.
I mean, it looks
Damn,
pretty
dude, I wish I
accurate.
had that jawline. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Holy
I wish
cow.
that were me.
It's a bit
Yeah. Are
uncanny,
you
isn't
kidding
it?
me?
It's like
It's kind of spooky.
it's a bit weird. It doesn't look quite right.
It's the teeth. That,
Yeah,
that
the
get me.
teeth,
Like
yeah.
everybody watch.
It doesn't look anything like me.
Look at the loop. This is where it gets scary, right? Like opens the mouth, the teeth.
Yeah,
it looks like the teeth.
The
are gonna,
teeth
like
like
fall out.
appear out, like alien out
Yeah.
of nowhere. Right? Does not look right.
All right,
at
but
all.
actually, did Nike make this or did someone
I
else
thought
make
it was
this? 'Cause this is
Delirium
insane.
who created this, appropriately named.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's weird, dude.
Yeah, it is pretty.
Also, what is that shirt?
I don't know actually. What is that?
It's like a Death Star thingy.
It looks like some kind of political statement. to me.
Yeah, wait. It look. Yeah, is it? It's like it's got stars on it. I don't know. What that is.
We're gonna need to
And
pause.
it's
it.
like literally slop. It's like a slop T-shirt, right? So it's like whatever.
Yeah.
He's even got a microphone on. It looks real to me.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty legit. Also, dude,
I,
Trig is actually in the chat as well. I feel like Trig should maybe call
I
in as well. Like, there's some potential.
Yeah. What is this? Yeah. CMC water. Oh my god.
Huge.
Yeah.
What is
So
done?
Yeah.
I think that was my RTS rumble.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, RTS is fucking based. Like, I do that we do need some AAA, like, RDS to come back, to be honest, because I don't think, like, these scuffed companies can really handle it. Because I've seen some stuff from smaller companies, and they look okay, but it's just, it doesn't have, like, the mechanical, it's not as good mechanically. Like, you know, as much as I love Command and Conquer, like, I love Command and Conquer to death. I really do. But, man, it doesn't touch the mechanics of Blizzard RTS. It just doesn't. It, like, just does not.
Wait, I thought I was done, but yeah, really, like StarCraft 2 was so good in the sense that it ran on a lot of things for the time.
Yeah.
The UI, it's still amazing.
Yeah.
There's like, I think there's like only one like hotkey or something that Age of Empires has over StarCraft, and that is like the select all military units in your screen at the time.
Yeah,
but everything else, like StarCraft, is better.
A couple of like quality of life upgrades to SE2 would go a long way. Like for example, they added the F2, right? Like the all army button. That was pretty. Wait,
yeah.
What the fuck is this? Wait, what is TCM broken but dropping here? Like, would you eat 20 onion rings if they were made out of tongues? This guy's got some crazy. Didn't he? This is the same guy who came and said like, what would you if your entire family was dead? He like just dropped that on us, and now he's saying like, would you eat 20 onion rings made out of tongues? Tunyon rings.
Are you okay?
You know what?
Jeez.
Is that the first scarf or not?
It's not a first guard.
Oh, no.
Click on the name. Click on the name. What is the first thing they've ever said?
Well, I think this guy's been around for a while though.
I want to know the first thing.
Okay, I'll scroll all the way.
Scroll.
Okay.
Keep scrolling. I want to know. I want to know the origin story.
Okay, dude, the first scarf was okay. This is epic.
Yeah.
Wait,
Okay.
but then he immediately drops. Would you rather eat poop for $1 million or have dinner with Jay-Z? And that he asked the question twice.
I mean, that's actually a pretty reasonable question.
Yeah.
That's not what I see as.
No, like, what would you go for there? And also,
look,
thing is, I feel there's a real cop here. Like, what if it's like a tiny amount of feces?
Was it 10? I actually think it's 10 million.
Is it 10 million?
No, it might be 1, 2, 3, 4. I can't count the number of zeros. I think it's 10 mil.
Oh,
it's
shit.
10 mil.
Yeah, it is 10 mil, yeah.
Wait, what's the date? What's the date of his first message for you?
How much poop are we talking here?
Well, exactly. What if it's like one atom of poop? Then it's like whatever, right?
Yeah.
Like, let's be real. You probably breathe that in on a daily basis, no?
Yeah.
Just by accident. So if it's like a tiny amount of feces.
Guys, this is not an easy question.
It's a very easy question. I guess it depends on like the volume of feces.
Yeah.
Because if it was like an
exactly.
entire like truckload, that's not worth it, right? Like that's a lot of feces.
Why are you even discussing this, man? What's wrong with you?
What kind of poop as well? Are we talking like human feces here? Or are we talking like something else? Right? Because look, it's 10 million is 10 million, okay? And I need to know the details here.
Yeah.
I mean, have you actually replied to him? It's a very important
I mean,
question.
I probably did, yeah. But it like really depends on like it depends on like the volume and the like amount.
Oh come on, you guys you look at $10
I mean,
million.
it's $10 million, right?
People did far worse on Fear Factor for far less.
Bro, dude, people do far worse on Twitch.
Yeah.
For way less. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Like all the fucking
You guys
degen shit people do on this platform. Like,
you guys must all be like hyper wealthy or something.
Yeah.
Because look, it's not black and white here.
Dude.
10 million is 10 million.
I streamed every day for a month, and half of it was on the NA fucking server, and I didn't get paid $10 million.
Yeah. Are people eating shit on Twitch?
I mean,
probably they have. Honestly,
someone's probably done it, right? Like some point, right? Yeah, like. Yeah.
Silhouette should call in.
Yeah. Guys, yeah, anyone can call in. Like
anyone can call in.
Yeah. You don't have to be like, obviously we got the boys on here, but yeah, anyone can call in.
Anyone.
Yeah.
You can ask any question.
And yeah, honestly, get in what you can, guys, because we're actually not streaming super late. We'll probably do like another hour, right? Like an hour and 20 or something.
50 minutes. Yeah.
50 minutes. Yeah, because we've got to get up in the morning.
We have to have a hard stop, because otherwise, like
otherwise it's gonna go
toast.
forever, right? Yeah. So we're gonna do like another 50 minutes, guys.
Sneb, how much longer are you there for?
Yeah, somehow I don't think this guy's getting in. No.
Who is it?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Maybe not anyone.
Oh.
Sneb, how much longer are you there for?
Well, like I'm flying out to Glasgow tomorrow, so. Fun. Yeah.
Nice. For a conference, I believe.
For a conference, yeah, should be good.
Was it your first time in London?
The first time in Europe. UK? Yeah.
Wait.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Dude, this is a fucking first. Have you seen this first, Garth?
What is this?
Read this.
Whose?
Miss Juicy Fruit. Oh, I guarantee it's one of those bot accounts that
like a Gooner bot or something.
Oh yeah, it's a Gooner bot for sure. You should ban immediately.
Wait, I mean, read the message.
Wait, a Gooner bot? But there's so many of them.
I'm not reading that for the stream.
Wait, why aren't you reading that message?
Do you want to advertise the Gooner bot to the Twitch chat? We need to keep a.
Wait, it's a YouTube comment.
We need
like
to
a Gooner
keep
bot
a strict separation between the Gooner bots from YouTube and the.
Dude, why do you even stream on YouTube, man? Like, why do you do that?
Why would I not stream on YouTube?
There's like 400 people.
Bro, it's
watching.
YouTube, man.
We do. We have 61 people on YouTube right now.
Oh, yeah.
And those aren't real people.
Usually it's more than that, but obviously more people are attracted to Twitch right now because we're doing like viewer call-ins. So more people are on Twitch.
You might as well be streaming on Facebook Gaming, dog.
Yeah, I think yesterday we had like 150 people, I think, on YouTube, actually. So like people do watch. It's kind of cool.
Yeah, okay,
And also
man,
what's really nice is that, okay, for example, some of the VODs for old tournaments I've done, they're not entirely like lost to time, but they're kind of like on some weird hard drive somewhere, right? Like just that I don't really know. But if I stream on YouTube, it's really cool because it gets archived automatically, right? Like it's on the YouTube channel at the same time, which is actually super nice.
That is nice.
Yeah, and of course Twitch VODs get deleted.
I can't believe you're just shilling for YouTube on Twitch.
Yeah,
right
I'm just
now.
saying.
It's disgusting.
Like, pretty good. It's like pretty decent.
It's disgusting. You should get banned.
Yeah. Whoa. Okay. Okay, bro. Okay.
Yeah, do we have any Glasgow viewers? We should do a meetup in Glasgow.
Yeah, I mean, Nitro's Scottish, but I'm not sure if he's from Glasgow, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah. Aboba.
Aboba.
Have you seen the new emote I made, by the way? Teapot scuffed.
Yes.
There was like this. I don't know what my facial expression is in Teapot scuffed. I think it's kind of like. It looks like I'm disgusted, I think. Just like horrified with what I... Yeah.
It looks good.
Yeah.
You look
is that
angry.
from this morning?
Yeah, I look a bit mad, right? Like a little, like not... I don't look happy.
You were a little upset that the thing kept cutting out.
Yeah, I mean, that was frustrating, right? Yeah, when the stream was breaking.
What was the harness thing that you had on?
I just bought something off Amazon, right? Like a chest mount for the camera, and it worked pretty well. It's just the angle wasn't quite right on it, so I'm gonna look in some other solutions.
You gotta get like a headband.
Yeah,
well,
I think this one actually did come with a headband as well, but I went for the chest instead. Maybe I'll try with the headband as well. Yeah, I'll definitely try some. I'll definitely try some stuff running. For sure. Because I plan on doing.
You said you were wearing like a backpack.
Like, I want to, I can do some like fitness streams, like some gym streams, that kind of stuff. So. Kind of makes sense to like try a couple things out because it was a little bit scuffed today, and I want to see if I can figure out make it like a better production, like more interesting better to look at. Because I watched the VOD back and it was a bit bumpy. It was a little bit cooked, to be honest.
Yeah,
but I'll see if we can make something a little bit better.
Yeah, look, I'll tell you guys, I wear the headbands all the time when I work out because I sweat so much, it's disgusting.
Ooh.
I actually can't function unless I have a headband on because I have to wipe my face so much. It's super annoying.
Wow.
Yeah.
I think you said you were wearing a backpack as well, right?
Yeah. And to us, that was maybe a mistake. It was actually...
Was that for the harness?
No, I had the battery pack for the phone in there, and I had a water as well. Yeah.
Your phone's battery doesn't last like a few hours?
Well, I wasn't sure. Well, because encoding video is pretty meaty.
Yeah,
it eats the battery, so I wasn't sure.
It decimates battery. I've done it before. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, so I just thought I didn't want to run out of juice. I wasn't entirely sure how long we were going to be out there for. Right. I thought like, okay, we could be out for an hour or like maybe like 3 hours. Right. And we ended up basically we were like walking. I think like running and walking for like close to 4 hours. No, I think.
No, that's fair.
Yeah, it's a lot of time. We were out there.
Yeah.
What were you using to stream? Was it just like Stream Elements?
Yeah. I just had like this Streamlabs app. It wasn't the best, honestly.
Right.
I might look for kind of some alternative solutions because it got stuck in portrait mode at one point, and I couldn't get it to unstick away from that without restarting the stream. Fortunately, I just disconnected, so it restarted itself eventually, and then it was fixed. But yeah, it was a little frustrating, to be honest.
Who was that person that was flaming you guys who was on the bike, by the way?
That was my mom.
Was it just some random person? Oh, it was your mom. Okay. I figured it might have been, but I wasn't sure.
Yeah.
That's really funny.
It is extremely
God, your
funny,
mom is so cool.
Yeah, she basically, she was watching the stream, right? And, she knew where we were, right? And so she basically like hunted us down and then came to cyberbully us. Or not even cyberbully.
And just started flaming. Yeah, that was sick.
Yeah, it was actually very good content.
What a good mom.
Yeah, she was cheering us on. It kind of.
My wife just came to flame.
Yeah.
Wait, did they hear the comment that your mom made? Because that was funny.
It might have been too far away actually, but yeah, it was really funny because she was out biking with some of her friends, right? And she was watching the stream. They'd stopped to go and like get a snack and stuff like that. Because we were like running at the time, there was like some heavy breathing going on, and like her friends were like, "Wait, are you like listening to a porno or something?" that was like their impression of the situation.
Wow.
Yeah. So that's the situation. Oh, wait, we actually have a question now. Yeah. I'm not going to call in, but ask the question I thought about here. Do you think any of the Guild Wars 2 content creators were in a similar position of Grubby when they get a massive surge in viewership from a popular video game event at the time and brought them over to Guild Wars 2? Do you think the game as it is could sustain the hype generated by such a surge in players, or would they be like, what the fuck is this shit, and leave?
That question is actually very... I've been thinking about this because I read this like a minute ago. I cannot really think of a streamer in the Guild Wars 2 community. Okay, we need to contextualize this. Grubby already was like a 2,000 to 3,000 viewer average streamer. Goes over to OnlyFans, doubles his viewership because everybody loves Grubby, and I'm a big Grubby fan, by the way. And then Grubby goes back to playing Warcraft 3, and it's already the same Warcraft land, right? So there's like a natural extension there. And then all of these people are curious about it, and he hosts that tournament, has these other creator connections. To me, it's like unfathomable to consider that could happen in the same way. I feel like the stars aligned with that. I think it'd be very difficult to get people, not because of anything Guild Wars 2 does or doesn't do. I just think it'd be very difficult to get people to retain people in Guild Wars 2 because that situation just wouldn't happen, right?
Yeah, well, you also just need a community that's pretty engaged. Right, like, and ultimately, I think that's not really there with Guild Wars 2. If you look at Guild Wars 2 viewership in general, like, everyone's viewership is going down for Guild Wars 2 right now. And I think there just isn't that audience for Guild Wars, I think. And this is, like, very notable. Like, when streamers come to this game, the streams typically do quite poorly relatively to their other audience. And the streamers themselves end up losing interest, unfortunately, like, relatively quickly. Yeah. And then they don't come back, right, as well. And some of that will be because I think the streams perform poorly in Guild Wars 2 relative to other games. And like other, they might just like not kind of feel the energy there. I also think it doesn't help that the scene for Guild Wars 2 is like relatively small. And also there aren't really a lot of personality-oriented streamers in Guild Wars 2. It's mostly kind of like, we just log on and play the game, right? Whereas if you look at the other communities, especially obviously World of Warcraft, right, with OnlyFans in particular, it's very personality driven, right? Like super personality driven. And I think Guild Wars 2's creator space is much less kind of personality driven than some other games. Yeah. But I think it's just the main issue that you'd run into in that type of situation is that you kind of need this fertile ground, basically, of like an engaged community that is looking for this type of thing. And I don't really think that Guild Wars 2 actually has that right now. So I think that even if a streamer with a pre-existing, like, pretty large audience came to stream the game, I think it could potentially be pretty impactful, but I think it will be very difficult to maintain long term, actually.
It was also like we're talking about like an MMO versus a game that, like, you know, putting 40 hours into is like the whole game.
Yeah, for sure.
It's like when variety streamers, I mean, I don't know a lot about Grubby, but like if a variety streamer plays like a game that's, you know, like a new game comes out or something, it's like, you know, like 40 hours or something is like a lot of time in a game. That's not really anything for an MMO.
Well, yeah, okay. Well, I think it's even more complex than that. So for context, Grubby is I don't know how much you know, but Grubby is a former professional Warcraft 3 player. Well, he's still a professional Warcraft 3 player, but he used to compete more regularly in tournaments. Now he's more like very, very good player that also does like content creation and commentary and those sorts of things. So there's sort of like a natural, how do I put it? There's a natural affinity for Grubby from people that watched World of Warcraft because they probably had heard of Grubby a long time ago anyway because of Warcraft 3, but then Warcraft 3 actually isn't a game that you can get good at in 40 hours. Like, you have to invest hundreds of hours to get good at Warcraft, like truly good. But Warcraft 3 also has the advantage of being a game that has a bunch of custom games and that people can just jump into. Like, it spawned Dota and League and tower defense games like that. Warcraft 3 made those things popular. So, like, it's just the perfect recipe for success, right? You've got a guy that people really like. He's naturally got already a little bit of recognition from multiple other communities. The game is a natural extension of lore and stuff. People are obviously going to go check it out.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, I think also Warcraft 3, I feel like you don't have to be good at it to enjoy it, right, as well.
Yeah, no, because of the custom games and stuff.
Well,
yeah.
but also in the 1v1, right? Because like you go into like evenly matched people. And because it's a 1v1 game, it's kind of easier, I feel like, for the game to do that. Like, yeah, you're very likely to get absolutely obliterated in your first like 10 matches or so while the algorithm like figures out that you're new. But like after that, like you're going to end up in like, because I mean, you know, in that grubby Warcraft 3 tournament, like of course all of the players, some were more tryhard than others, right?
Yeah.
For example, like Armpy was like pretty tryhard, right? Like he trained a lot and practiced a lot, but not everyone was, right? Like some people just like played very casually and just like, yeah, I'm going to show up and blast, right, and see what's going on. And they had fun in ranked, right, no matter what. And I actually think that's an advantage of 1v1 games. I think team games like Guild Wars 2, but not just Guild Wars 2, I'd say this about like any team game, I feel like. It can be a little bit more brutal as a new player because there's so much more going on, in a sense, in like a team-based scenario, and it's harder for the matchmaker to kind of give you really good games, especially as a new player, and that can feel like really, really intense. But in an RTS or like a fighting game or something like that, where it's like a 1v1, a lot of the time, the game, it can find you like a fair opponent, like a lot of the time. Like in my experience playing RTS, the MMR system, contrary to popular belief, is actually pretty accurate. Like, I know that if I'm in StarCraft 2, if I'm against someone who's 200 MMR higher than me, that's going to be a really tough game. Like, you know, I'm going to struggle with that. And if it's even, then it's going to be an even game. If I'm 200 MMR ahead, I'm going to feel really good going into that game, like feeling very confident about that game. So I think 1v1 games are kind of good for this a little bit, especially when you factor in, as you say, there's custom games as well that kind of like offer a casual experience, and of course the single player as well, right? The single player experience, is like often really good.
The other thing about Warcraft 3 is that there is a very strong team game culture.
That helps.
People love playing 4-on-4,
and that's casual friendly too, right?
It's super casual friendly. Well, okay, look, I'm just gonna leak this. Like when I play 4v4, and I look and I see a teammate that is like not, you know, they're just doing nothing. There is some desire in me to flame them out.
He is toxic as fuck, by the way, in PvP, like RTS games. He is always saying shit like wait, bro, what is this? Dude, like Roy is getting molested by AI, bro. Holy shit. Like, yeah.
Good.
Yeah. Yeah.
Can we make that into an emote?
What is that, dude?
I mean, wow, that's That's quite
incredible.
something. That's quite something, is it not? Did AI slop is gonna do this all, man.
Somebody make Roy, but with a beard.
Roy with a beard?
No. That'll just make me sad.
Wait, have you ever considered growing a beard, Roy?
He said
I can't grow facial hair.
Wait, really? Oh, okay, fair enough then.
I mean, not like literally none. It wouldn't be a beard. It would be like patchy.
What about a mustache?
Yeah, I mean, if I didn't shave for like a month.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that something you consider? Would you kind of go that direction?
I mean, if it was, like, if it didn't take me like 3 years to grow.
Oh, here we go. AI just got a whole bunch wilder. Here we go.
Bro, what the fuck is this? Dude, this is what the fuck? Why would you make this? Why the fuck would you make this, dude? This is nasty. That is horrible. What is this, bro?
So weird.
That's weird. That's okay. That's too far. Like we've gone.
Maybe the internet was a mistake.
Oh god, dude, I'm not showing that one on stream. That one is way too far. Yeah.
Well, I'm not clicking on it then.
Yeah, you don't want to see that one. Okay.
You can click it.
How does the colon work? You type like 40 character in the reader. Well, I mean, you can do that. Yeah, we're happy to like read your questions. But yeah, if you click colon, you can be on voice with us.
Yeah.
Like any viewer right now, basically we have to approve you, and then we like add you to the stream. And yeah, we're basically in like it's a call in a web browser, right? We're in a little web browser window, and yeah, you'll be able to.
That's the Twitch web.
The Twitch thing. Yeah. So you'll be able to hear us. We'll be able to hear you.
What are your thoughts on Yes Babe 619?
What is the what's the how it wait
just like
what the
just
fuck
them
is
in
this?
general.
How is
not that
Tiny
specific message.
Click the name. Click the name.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's time.
I'm a big fan of Yes Babe, personally.
Scroll to the first message.
Okay.
We got to see how far back we're going. We're in 2023, 2022, 20. Oh wow, we're still going.
Ooh. Oh, okay. There is some like weird shit in here, bro. There is. Okay, this is weird.
Keep going. 2022.
Oh wait, no, this is Cloud. I know who this is. This is Cloud.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I was like, what is this weird shit? Oh, yeah, your dog is barking. Yeah, this is Cloud. Yeah, of course, I know who this is. Yeah.
Dude,
2020.
It's so
Streamer, your dog is barking was the first message.
Dog is barking again.
Yeah.
Old account got hacked. Stole my Pokemon set.
Yeah. Timey equals dead dog.
Wow.
Yeah.
Cloud is so good, man.
Suck his ass. That's also another message in there.
Yeah.
Wow, there's some really unhinged stuff in here.
I mean, look, he's a crazy guy.
He's a crazy guy.
Dude, wait.
I would pay for this.
Have you
I'd
seen
pay.
this leak, bro? Roy, have you seen this leak for the next X Pack? By the way, bro, this is. You might want to report
Probably
this.
not. Yeah. Yeah.
Like,
Oh my god.
I'm just saying, like, you might want to, call this out. Like, I don't know if Aiden's aware of this. Yeah.
Oh, dude, COT. COTT.
Okay, we actually maybe have a. Okay, I'm bringing someone in. I'm adding this guy in.
Who is that? Do you know who that
We
is?
have a. Wait, why can't I? I'm in. Yeah, invite. Okay, there we go. I'm inviting.
If we get banned, we get banned.
I mean, look, I'm pretty sure if people say weird shit, like we're okay.
No, you're just
Leeching
checking
is
out.
my favorite slop tuber. Look at all this leech. Yeah, a lot of leech themed items there. Nice.
Why is DYB enabled, by the way? It was pay to win.
It was pay to win, yeah. It was like 10 subs for DYB. I will be removing DYB eventually, guys. Like, DYB is... It's not going to stay for a long time.
What even is that?
It's a little bit too much, right? It's like pretty... It's pretty... I think
What
it
is
should... I think
DYB?
it should not be enabled all the time, right? Like, it's like a special thing. It has to be like a special...
Yeah, you got to leave it for at least a week. They did pay 10 subs for
They
that.
did pay 10 gifted subs, yeah.
What, 10 subs? That's
Yeah,
nothing.
I thought it's a good deal, though. You get DYB for that.
But I'm saying you should have made it higher. You should have made the number higher.
I was trying to get people to pay 10 gifted subs to implement a very robust VIP system. But that didn't pan out.
What?
Yeah.
Wasn't
you
it
should do?
channel points?
No, yeah, what was going to happen is Teapot does not want to implement a VIP system, but I said that we had to do it if we got 10 gifted subs. The VIP system was this. You can pay to get VIP, and it's going to be like an absurd amount of channel points, but other people can pay to remove the VIP from you, and that will be just slightly more channel points.
Teapot, I will gift you 10 subs to disable the emote.
Fine, done. Done.
DYB, yeah?
Yep, done. Done deal.
Also, if you want me to leave the call, I can.
No. I don't want you. I actually
Okay.
I don't want to talk about that question anyway. Yeah.
Okay.
We talked that.
We
into the
talked
ground
about that yesterday. I don't want to fuck with that right now. Today is like just a jovial. Okay, guys. Dude, it is pay to win.
Oh!
Yeah, Roy is gifted subs. DYB is gone. However, guys, I will say this: we are not removing Looney Tuesday. Okay, Looney Tuesday is very powerful. And it's
Looney
definitely
Tuesday.
staying. Okay, like yeah, it's not going anywhere. Guys.
Okay, for context.
Oh, I wouldn't want you to remove that.
No, Looney Tuesday. This is very important. Stupid.
Oh, I'm bringing Jim Maru 16. Here we go.
Okay, so Looney Tuesday is a thing that they do at Blue Jays games, the baseball team in Toronto.
Yeah.
And they have dollar hot dogs on Tuesdays. They call it Looney Tuesday.
Yep.
It's also
yeah.
an emote.
Real quick before we talk to Jim here, just like you pull trash together, Ophi one to level up and knock it away. Thoughts on level up knockback? Why is it still in the game? Honestly, it's kind of a fun meme. You know, you level up, you get full full HP back, and you get like a big explosion that actually I think it does damage and knocks back. It can be a little bit troll and fractal sometimes. Would it be like a nifty quality of life to like maybe disable it in instance content? I mean, like maybe, but I mean. Yeah, I guess you have to watch out for that. It can definitely troll you sometimes.
We will
for sure.
re-enable DYB for another 10 subs.
Yeah, dude, look, if you guys want DYB enabled, like, you know what you have to do. It's 10 subs. Simple as that.
Yeah.
But anyway,
Wait.
well, hello to Jim Morrow 16. What's going on? What can we do for you?
Hello.
Yeah, we don't. Yeah, you might not check. You might want to check like the mics.
You might have to
stuff,
enable
but we
your
don't,
mic.
Hear anything.
Yeah.
Hello, can you guys hear me now?
Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah.
Okay. Hello, how are you guys doing?
Good. I like your profile picture.
Oh, thank you. I wanted to ask like about like the reception of like the last like patches on like the last two expansions, right? Like the expansions like start with goes out like that. Every single patch that they release, like it's become like worse and worse and worse, like the reception from the community. And I was wondering if for you guys, like if it would help them at all if they change the story to be more or less similar to how they handle other MMOs like Final Fantasy XIV, to like actually have the main plot of the expansion like on launch day. Like, okay, we're going to fight a park like on the first two maps of the expansion, and the patches are just story content to lead into the next one. So like it doesn't feel like it's always like rushed. Like the end, which should be like the most amazing part of the story of the expansion itself, it's always like rushed and feels like a letdown.
I think that would actually be a really interesting approach. Because like in Janthir Wilds, there was a lot of setup, right? If you actually think about how long it takes in the story for stuff to really kick off, honestly, it's like, I want to say an hour and a half in at least, right? Before that, everything before that is like setting the scene and like introducing you to some of the characters. If they could trim that down and have like a really big bulk of the story in there and then kind of like side stories, in the follow-ups, that would honestly be an interesting approach. The thing is, I'm not sure if people will be satisfied with that either, because I think people do want something to happen, right? Because essentially what we're saying here, right, is they would do a big drop of content on the launch of the expansion, and then essentially you have, like, fluff for the next 9 months.
Yeah, because effectively we're just asking for more story content with this question, right?
Yeah.
By necessity,
Yeah,
because
yeah.
you would have to do a big drop and then do trickle for the next one.
Yeah.
So you're just saying, well, can we have more story content, and would that change things? And I think it would change things a lot, but I don't know if we can get more story content.
Yeah, I do view it as the really big challenge for ArenaNet right now is actually figuring out how to handle the story. Like, because I think they've done a lot of good things. Like, you know, the raid is cool. I like what they're doing with balance. For example, like the next patch is actually like really, really cool. Coming up on June 24th, right in 10 days. There's a lot of good things that ArenaNet's doing. with these patches, but I feel like the one thing they haven't quite figured out, well, the two things actually, and it's irony abounds, right? It's the thing that Guild Wars 2 is most known for. I don't think we've really seen a proper story and open world experience with Guild Wars 2. That seems like super difficult to execute, but your approach is definitely a pretty interesting one with that. Like I would say maybe they could go the other way and have expansions, like multi-expansion stories, essentially, right? So like like join them together. That's actually the direction I was expecting, by the way, because Soto and Janthe were a little bit connected. Because there's this wizard theme in both of them, right? Like with this, the Astral Ward and so on. And I was really expecting this. I thought that this last patch, right? Because I was thinking there's no way they have enough time to wrap up the story, right? They've got like 45 minutes of story content to wrap up all of Janthe. No shot. Like we haven't even been to Balvanisos yet. Like there's no shot they can do this. I was really expecting them to, and I was almost expecting them to drop the expansion or tease it in a way at the end of this patch. I thought it was going to be, oh no, the mist gate's open. There's shit coming out of it. Guys, I've got bad news. We can't close it from this side. We've got to go in. And then, bam, they like slam a teaser for the X-Pack. And it's like a mist theme X-Pack. I thought that's where we're going. I was genuinely shocked when because it was apparent in the first couple of instances that, we're closing the gate, aren't we? Like, I was really surprised that we went that way because I was expecting them to do a little bit of a tie-in and kind of connect these things a little more than perhaps they were. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I think you covered it.
I wasn't really like expecting to have like more story, but mostly like switch around like the way that they do releases. Because if you imagine that we didn't have nails at all, right? Like let's say we don't have nails at all. Like, let's say that a park was the big, giant squid thing that we fight on the second map of Soto, right?
Yeah.
If that was the end of Seekers of the Obscure, like, regardless if it's good or bad, but then, like, the next maps that you get for, like, the patches, it would be Juntier, Sentry, and Lowland Shore, for example. Something like that. And it would lead you at the end of that expansion to understand that the next threat is the Titans. And then when they release Jaw would be like the Bavanisos map that you would actually fight like the Titans, like the big Titans. Like it would actually have like the big story about like who they are, what happened to Mabon, what was going on there. And then like have the bulk of the epic fight and everything there. And then after you deal with this, like the next two patches are the same. It's like 2 maps to go to a new area or like 1 map to go to a new area and see what the next threat is going to be, right? Like
yeah, I do think that would be an interesting approach to experiment with. I guess my only concern would be that that would feel really like, okay, we're doing content and then 9 months of like incredibly like slow burn setup, basically.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
It would sort of necessitate that they have a whole bunch more content lined up. That's why that's at least why I was focusing so much on the. Okay, well then that means they need more story content because otherwise there's too much dead time. But otherwise, I agree. Like I think it'd be kind of interesting to see how that kind of approach would work. And if other games are doing it, clearly it does work to some extent. So.
Yeah, because Final Fantasy is usually like you have the expansion with, of course, like they have a much higher budget, so you have like 6 maps. And after
and I think that's
like
another thing, right? That what you're suggesting, I think honestly it does sound cool. It sounds interesting. I can definitely understand why 14 does that, but it almost necessitates that initial drop has to be big. Yeah, right. Like that initial expansion has got to be fat, right? With a bunch of meaty content, because everything I've heard about Final Fantasy 14 is that the story is pretty long, right? They drop a lot of content. When they drop this, and that might be difficult with ArenaNet's kind of like resources they have available there. But honestly, I think it's a good suggestion. I think it's a really interesting approach that I think ArenaNet should at least consider, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's mostly it.
Yeah. Hey, thanks for your question. We really appreciate it. It was really cool. That was a good one, actually. Very thoughtful.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you, guys.
Okay. What do you foresee for the future when it comes to adding content? They said no more elite specs. They actually haven't said that. I think they actually explicitly said that they haven't like completely
table.
written off that. Yeah, they said it's not something we're doing in Janthir Worlds because they said it's not happening in Janthir, but it's not something they've ruled out. Yeah. And to be honest, I'm gonna be real. I actually think it's likely.
I think they'll return to it. I think that it's such a big selling point.
Yeah.
Like, let's think about this logically. Like, people are kind of like about the expansion right now.
Yeah.
What is one thing that, despite everything else, might be able to convince people to come and play? And I think that one thing is elite specs. I think people like playing around with the elite specs. They like the fantasy of it. They like engaging with old content in a new way.
Refresh the game a bit as well. It would like shake things up, right, big time. I think it's possible. I think it is possible because the way I see it is that Janthir Wilds, in a way, it's like they did a weapon that was like half an elite spec, but without the elite spec, right? What I could imagine them doing is an elite spec without the weapon, right? So I think that still that's more work, right? It's still more work. I think that, making a spear is less complicated than having an entirely new profession mechanic being developed and so on. And, certainly harder to come up with an idea as well that, some kind of new functionality for a class and the way it could interact with the profession mechanic. But I do believe it's possible, yeah. And to be honest, like we're not feeling super good right now. Like the morale is not incredible.
Yeah, look, I'll tell you guys,
it would be like a big boost, right?
I'll tell you guys exactly what I would do if I was ArenaNet. If I was ArenaNet and I was concerned about the next expansion, given how some of the feedback has been from the last two, I would implement elite specs. I wouldn't do the weapon because that complicates balance a lot and it would be a lot of extra work. So I wouldn't do the weapon. I would do an elite spec for each profession though. Then with the elite specs, I would do throwbacks. I would do hard throwbacks to like classic Guild Wars 1 stuff. So I would put Dervish in the game. I would put Paragon in the game. I would put Assassin in the game. I would put and I'm not talking just like, oh, we have a Spirit weapon and crap that like Guardian has or whatever. I'm talking like I would make them that class fantasy with the elite spec. I don't know which would go where per se, but that is exactly what I would do. I'd give the people everything they wanted, right? I'd put Mesmer with like I don't know if it's a bard or whatever, but I'd give Mesmer short bow. I would give rifle to ranger. I would give everything. Oh, yeah, I guess you can't do that if we're not doing weapons. Never mind. If we're not doing weapons, we wouldn't do that. But with elite specs, I would give everybody like the fantasy that they're looking for. Like I would make it like Hunter or something for Ranger. Yeah, that's it. I would go crazy trying to give the people what they wanted with elite specs.
Well, there you have it.
Yeah, the trick is like if you want to go back to like Guild Wars 1 stuff, and this kind of makes sense if you think about it. We just had this like big resurgence of Guild Wars 1 where everybody was like really excited about Guild Wars 1 is the anniversary, and then suddenly you have a new X-Pack for Guild Wars 2, and then you do all these throwbacks to Guild Wars 1. Like imagine that. I feel like that's the perfect timing. But I would love to see Dervish and Paragon. Those are two of my favorites. But, I mean, it's so easy, right? You just give Assassin to... like, this is... Yeah. I would give Assassin to Thief, and I'd make it, like, kind of a... Because I don't think Spectre really ended up being a good healer, let's be real. I would make Assassin...
Well, the next patch is helping out a lot, to be honest.
Is it? Okay, well, maybe not then. But I was thinking, like, Assassin could be more, like, defensive, right? Boons. Shadow form.
Yeah.
I don't know. Imagine like Ritualist being on like Necro. That would be cool.
Yeah.
And then imagine Monk. Monk could go on... I'd be okay with Monk on like Guardian, honestly. Right?
I mean, that's what people want. They want the Guardian.
Yeah.
They want the Monk.
Where'd you put Dervish? That's the real question.
Could be like... it could be on Warrior, to be honest.
Yeah, I'd put it on Warrior.
Or like Warrior could be Paragon. I feel weirdly enough, I feel like Ranger could be Dervish. Almost.
That'd be cool. Yeah. If they
or like
did
Rev, actually. Yeah, Rev would also be a good choice for Dervish.
Yeah. Imagine if they did do weapons, though. If they did do weapons, you'd give, like... it couldn't be... Well, I guess the profession skill could be a Scythe. Well, but that already happens with Reaper. I don't know.
Yeah.
I have good ideas, people. I like the game.
Didn't they have the resource to do elite specs? Yeah, I don't see why not. I think they're probably more difficult to do than the weapons, but I don't see why they couldn't do it. Especially because the expansion's been delayed. While people consider something was missing for update 3 of Jam, isn't because it decided mid-episode to have more grounded story. Grounded doesn't mean like anticlimactic. There are plenty of grounded storylines. You know, I think like TV shows come to mind on this that have like, you know, kind of like slow burn, kind of grounded, gritty stories. It doesn't mean nothing happens, right? Like that's not the same thing, right? I get it. Like, and actually, I think Jam was a lot more grounded, right? Like, you obviously have the Titans going on, but it wasn't as, you're like, oh, we're gonna fight a dragon the size of a planet, right? It wasn't anything like that. It was like, oh yeah, look, there's like Titans showing up. Someone's like gone to the foundry and created these like brand new like fearsome beasts, and we're gonna try and recruit these bears into our alliance. So yeah.
I think that we should do... Okay, so imagine this. Here, so you all think that I have some okay ideas. Imagine this. Story idea. Are you ready?
Yeah.
So we wake up, because honestly, I don't know how the last story ended because I haven't played it. So we just, like, wake up, and basically, like, some wizard comes to us, and he's like, yo, you want to go back in time? And we're like, hell yeah, brother. And so we go to this portal. And because the Chronomancers like come together and they created like the Giga Time Portal, and we go back in time and we wake up and it's like basically Guild Wars 1.
Wow. You just
Yes.
why don't you just log into Guild Wars 1, bro?
No, but we log, like, we go back in time and it's Guild Wars 1 and we have to, it's like time travel, right? Anything that we do in the past could affect the future. So
Sneb.
What?
Sneb, have you made it a pre-searing yet?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Did you finish Prophecies?
No, as soon as I got out of pre-searing and did a couple missions in Old Ascalon, I started traveling around for conferences and stuff, so I haven't really played much.
Oh, okay. Fair enough.
Yeah. It's big. We're actually in the finals right now.
Big.
Like, who do you think is going to win stuff? We have French content with Bunker Rev, support chrono, and then like a DPS chrono.
The French
also
will
playing
win.
rifle. Or is it going to be
big
Scrapper?
big spike there. Big spike! Big spike!
Look at that Scrapper,
French
dude.
down!
Dude, look at the thickest man alive, bro. This guy is fucking crazy. Like, I don't know why nobody else has busted out the Scrapper, because he actually dominated with this in the 2v2, and people knew that Scrapper's really good. I'm actually really surprised that nobody's trying to mirror. Look at him, he's feasting. He's just
look at
feasting.
That, just massing the gyros.
And the French, they need to counter that. They have
Wait,
not found.
what's the build on the Scrappers? You playing the Chrono Well thing?
Yeah.
He's got like deep DPS.
Yeah.
Chronomancer,
playing
Divinity, and then
Shortbow.
Berserker Amulet. Then he's like Explosives, Alchemy.
I
Scrapper.
think like Shortbow is pretty good because. Well, why exactly? I am kind of curious. I was gonna say, well, if you don't have Mortar, then Shortbow gives you range, but he's got Mortar. Well, Shortbow.
And Shortbow is just good in PvP. It's just straight up good in PvP. That's the thing. Like, especially in team-ins, because you're going to get value out of not only the damage, which is actually respectable on Shortbow.
Yeah, there's a little
but
bit of Connie Cleanse and Aegis
you also
and
get
stuff.
you get Connie Cleanse, you get Super Speed, right? There's like CC on it. It's actually just good, right? It has like a bunch of good stuff on it. It's like a good hybrid weapon. And the thing is, because you do have the kit, right? The Mortar kit. Like, if you don't have anything to press here, you just use the Mortar kit, right? Look how hard Mortar kit hits. Look at this fucking damage. Look, this is actually insane. Like the auto attacks, he's so much damage. And then it's just like Giga Gyros, right? He's like, he's down though.
Oh, thickest man alive.
Thickest man alive is down.
Is no longer the thickest man alive.
This could be Wait, hold on though. Look at this
the
res.
res?
Oh, it's not enough.
Oh no, they're all dead.
GG.
1-1. I mean, this is big. Bear in mind, this is the grand finals, guys. What's the prize? I think it's quite a lot. Yeah, 100 gold. 100 gold, 10 MCs. And then, of course, you get like the Shards of Glory, the tournament vouchers, and you get the Triumphant Trio.
That's a good one.
So it's pretty fat, right? Like, it's pretty good. Wait, what the? Why did that fail? My, like, application bot for the... Oh, it actually didn't fail. It's fine. Look at this fresh application. That's insane. Also, the game is going. I mean, I'm just curious what's going to go on here.
It's anyone's game, Teapot.
Yeah, I mean, it really is. Oh, except it's not, because, like, the French are dead.
Oh, red team are dead.
Dude, the Scrapper just does so much damage. It's too much. And then, like, it's like
That was
double
kinda insane.
chrono. And also, yeah, they're I think that they're both one of them is kind of like a more aggressive with the Demolisher amulet. Still running like a precog though, because like this Aegis spam super nice and the stability mantra, but with chaos and domination for like boon output and just you get big DPS and boon removal with domination. So you have a bit of damage there, and with right, it's a really interesting like hybrid build. Playing this, and then you have like the full support chrono also in use with monk and flock and stuff, like the regular support build. And yeah, you have the quickness and alacrity uptime too, like because the scrap is like giving itself loads of quickness, and it's even getting fed alacrity too from the chronos, which is pretty interesting actually. I mean, red team can still win though. Like they've shown that they can take a game, and they do have I guess the thing is though, like the projectile block is like not actually that effective, right? Because there's no grenades. There is short bow obviously. But at the end of the day, like a lot of the damage like is coming from these gyros, which is not going to necessarily be blocked. Like the mortar shots will be, but it's tough. And I think what's a big vulnerability here is that there's no stun break on Ventari, right? Like that's like a kind of a big weakness of this. It's one of the reasons why I feel like support rev hasn't really worked that well. Like bunker rev does, because like you can kind of get away with it a little bit more. But like having no stun break on Ventari in a team fight is like brutal. I think it just means like you can be targeted like pretty effectively. In some of these matchups, but they're actually, I think that they have lived. Oh, but that look at that CC. It's over. It's actually completely over.
Yeah.
I don't think they can res this. There's no way.
No.
Oh, hold on. Wait, they actually get it. But yeah, the rev does though. Yeah, the cleave is massive from the scrapper. Sakai wins again. Thickest man alive. Just dominates the 3-3. Honestly, I feel like the French have been really struggling recently.
Can anyone stop
like
them?
The French, like,
I mean, they took a round.
Yeah, but like the French theory craft, I feel like it hasn't actually been as on point as it usually is, seriously. Because like a lot of the time they're the ones ahead of the meta, but it hasn't really felt that way the last couple of months actually. Like
no Goku, no win.
Like, I haven't felt like I don't want to say no Esprit, no win, but I'm gonna say it. Like Esprit,
no Goku, man.
No Goku, no Esprit. It's just not good, right? Because do you know the last moment where the French dominated and they beat 55? It's when they lost in Swiss and played like a troll comp. And then they went to the finals, and then Esprit logged in to Tack is back, which is his DH, and he played Bunker DH and just ruined 55. Like, he just went to the far node and AFK'd their all game. And they mentally broke to him. Like, he's Tack. Like, Tack is back. That's
Tack
his,
was back.
all account name. Tack. Now, Permaband, of course. Alongside with all of his other accounts.
Very nice. Guys, we only have like 8 minutes left. We need more viewer questions.
We've got time for one calling, guys, because we are going to be heading off pretty soon. They got two streams out of us today.
They did.
They should be.
Well, I mean, it's like 10
grateful.
streams if you count all the disconnects.
That is true. Yeah, that is true. There's like 4 VODs on Twitch, I think. Like all the streams like broken apart. Oh wait, Lynn is calling in. I'm bringing this boy in. I'm bringing him in.
I love Lynn.
Also, I will.
TCM Broken Bar was to come back in. I'm bringing him in too. I'm bringing them both in.
Oh no.
Okay. TCM Broken Bar is back, and we got Lynn in the mix as well. Check the audio stuff, Lynn. It doesn't always get the default one right. Hello.
Hello.
All right, let's hear the.
Yeah, let's hear it from TCM Broken Butt. Like, drop it.
Yeah.
Okay. So, if you could be any bivalve crustacean, which one would you be?
Googling that real quick. Hold on.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't. Can you give me a list?
Yeah. List of bivalve
mollusks, shrimp.
Oh, dude, I would be a pistol shrimp for sure. Those things are crazy.
Pistol. I mean, that's pretty fucking legit.
That's not a bivalve.
Oh, you just said shrimp.
I lied.
What? Oh.
I'm looking it up.
Well, I don't. All right, I'm picking it anyways. I don't care. You said it. That's what I'm picking.
Why a pistol?
Wait, dude, you can be a crab, no?
I'm gonna pick.
No, that isn't bivalve.
Wait,
like
is bivalve not?
Clams are pretty good.
You could be a oyster.
Wait, an oyster?
Yeah, bivalve. It's a shell shrimp, like a shell.
A cockle.
Yeah.
Yeah, cockle fits, I think.
Wait,
yeah, how do you
can
spell
be
that?
a clam? Can be a clam?
You could sell clams and cockles.
COCKA.
I'm already one of those.
Yeah.
No.
Oh.
I mean, I guess there's honestly like, is there really that much difference between a lot of these things? Because like if you're, they don't really do much, right? Like these type of crustaceans.
So I'm gonna pick barnacle so I can leech dragons.
Yeah. Dude, barnacle is kind of big actually, because don't you just like grab onto shit and it just leech essentially? Isn't that kind of the way you do?
Yeah.
Wait, I don't think barnacles classify as bivalves.
Oh, so you can't be a barnacle?
I thought it said barnacle on the list.
Oh, no.
Yeah, but I think this list is kind of bullshit. Because it says, crustaceans bivalvia, it says European green crab. And that, I'm not sure if, that might be, it could be, because here's the thing. This summary here, Google does this now, by default. It's AI.
Test.
Right, this is all AI.
I pick barnacle regardless. I also say,
Hi, Lynn.
I hear you, Lynn.
So it could be
Oh, is it working now?
Yeah, we hear you.
You're very loud.
Yeah, I don't know why I'm extremely loud.
Yeah, you are like ear rape, actually. Holy shit.
Go into, Lynn, click on the gear
God.
icon and turn your gain down in the microphone settings.
I set it to automatic.
He's like apocalypse
There, that's better.
level.
That's better.
Yeah.
That's much better.
Yeah. Actually, I don't have a question. I actually I noticed something. I was watching the Aurora Glade video today.
Okay.
We actually missed a part. We missed that. I actually already contacted your brother. We actually missed Mice's death. It was not in the video.
Oh, shit.
That is actually kind of a major death, in my opinion.
It
because,
is kind
it
of
was a
major, because he
fuck
went
up,
down
right?
to the undead quest, right?
Yeah. Well, Lynn was like, oh, what the fuck?
Who's your editor, Teapot? I don't know. I think you're paying him too much.
Yeah?
Yeah. Hey,
I mean, so wait, have we decided on the crustacean, though, by the way?
I think it's barnacle. I don't care about the rules. I'm picking barnacle.
Barnacle?
Yeah.
Yeah, I also don't care about the rules. He said shrimp. I'm going with shrimp.
Okay.
Pistol shrimp.
I mean, that's a good choice, I think.
Yeah,
I'm just going by a shark then. Even though it's not even
How is that not a
crustacean.
crustacean?
You didn't say shark.
You can't pick
That's not one of the options.
Well, I mean,
listen. If we could pick,
we didn't decide on the rules, so If it's
we did. He said bivalve crustacean or bivalve, right? And I said, give me a list. He gave me a list. Shark was not on that list.
Oh well. Yeah. Wait, where's the list? Where do I find? Just Wikipedia?
Guys, I have no idea. The only list I found is like AI slop, and I'm pretty sure it's not accurate.
Yeah.
Okay, everybody. There's another good question. There's another good question here. How do you feel about the way MMO communities develop with players aging, the rise of social media, etc.? Example, I engage with Guild Wars 2 mostly when I'm socially burned out, which contributes to the nobody talks anymore in game. Well, my opinion on this is essentially that MMOs have been able to capitalize on people's sort of like dopamine treadmills with like gear and stuff. And so they're kind of fine with that, right? Like, and so communities just develop in very different ways. Like people are more interested in like a casual fashion show. Like prestige doesn't matter as much as it used to. I remember growing up playing RuneScape, and when somebody walked around with full dragon, I just thought they were like the coolest person ever. But now when I walk around in Guild Wars 2, I don't look at anything with any level of prestige except maybe a few exclusive titles. So prestige has been kind of eliminated.
Yeah, I think what people like about MMOs is that you can like log on and make a little bit of progress, right? Like your progress is like very largely a function of how much time you put in, and you can do that on your own terms, right? In all these games. Like, and by the way, guys, I like people are saying, haha, Guild Wars 2, Guild Wars 2, Guild Wars 2, right? Guys, there is a reason why World of Warcraft in their latest expansion added solo content where you can basically get very close to best in slot, some items even best in slot, actually, by doing solo content. There is a reason why they added story mode. You can fight the end boss of the, like the main story boss of each raid now in story mode. They added follower dungeons where there's basically henchmen, right? And you can even, look, it goes even further. You can actually basically have the NPCs lead you through the dungeon, right? You can follow them. They'll kind of take charge and do that kind of stuff. Yeah, like there is like and I think a big part of that is not, oh, everyone's becoming like a disgusting noob casual. No, I think a big factor is exactly what the chatter points out. People are getting older, right? People have got kids. People have got jobs. So they don't want to go like, oh, I want to like grind 8 hours a day in classic WoW killing boars anymore, right? Like people want to like log on, get a bit of progress, blast a bit of content, maybe hang out if they want to, but they don't want it to be like mandatory, right, to get anything done.
You have to poke my arm again. They don't believe I'm here.
Guys, he's definitely here. He's
Yeah.
literally right there.
I'm here.
I told you, man.
do you think the
You gotta
green screen
you gotta
makes it
put his
look-
shoe on your head, Teapot.
Yeah. Does the green screen make it look like we almost could be in separate rooms and we could be like compositing it on or something?
The lighting. If I can
Yeah, kind of.
stop the lighting from hitting Teapot. See?
Yeah. So we can we can intersect with each other.
Yeah.
Right, which would not be possible if we that wasn't the case.
Yeah, I agree though. I think it just has changed. That's all. It's just changed. I think there are some people that are like constantly trying to fight for that old MMO feel, but I think it's really hard to get now. It's really, really hard to get and sustain in particular.
Yeah.
But like I'm getting old. We're all getting older, and your priorities and the amount of time you can spend change. And I think MMOs have to adapt to that. So with respect to communities, I think it's harder to sustain a group of people that are going to be like really hardcore about something. It's just different. That's all.
Yeah, and the thing is, there are games that try to recapture this. You have old school RuneScape, you have classic WoW, that are out there, so that they are trying to recapture this. But I'll tell you what's interesting, and I don't know how this is in OSRS actually, but I think it's very worth noting that OSRS is, I feel like, a very solo-oriented game, broadly speaking. There is group content, right? But
yes,
but it is social, right? Because like people chat and there's like
yeah,
chat
it's a
rooms and stuff.
social solo MMO in a sense because you have like clan chat and people like it when you level up. But there are group activities like raids and stuff. But
you can progress solo, right?
I would say most people
play
completely solo.
Yeah, exactly.
And I actually think that might be one of the reasons why it's so popular.
Yes, and do you know why? That's why people like classic too.
And
because classic is very.
You know what
solo.
else I just
It's
realized?
like very solo friendly. Yeah.
The social part of MMOs is both the best and the worst part of it, if you think about it, because because you can have bad experiences with the social components, but in RuneScape, it's this is a pretty bold claim, so I could be wrong about this, but I would argue that it's harder to have bad social experiences in RuneScape than it is in Guild Wars 2. Well, that's a big claim.
Do you know? I think that's not a big claim. Do you know why? Because in games like Guild Wars 2 and definitely Retail WoW, there's a reason why people complain about Retail WoW and Classic WoW too, especially with World PvP and Classic WoW. The amount of ways in which another player can basically make your experience worse is very limited in OSRS, right? Like, I would imagine.
Yeah.
Like, someone else can't ruin the game for you. And I shouldn't put it that way, because a lot of the time, when people say ruin the game, it's often not intentional. Let's say, for example, you're doing a raid and someone's really struggling with the mechanics. That can be annoying. That can be frustrating, right? Like, that experience can be negative from your perspective. But in a more solo-oriented game, that can't happen. But all of your interactions are like mostly positive. And funnily enough, that's kind of why I think Guild Wars 2 has a good reputation in this area, because the open world is so easy, right? It doesn't fail. So seeing other people around you doesn't bring that frustration. You only see that frustration happening in PvP, in World versus World, right? In raid content, convergent CMs, right? That kind of stuff. Because that's where other people, either by being toxic or not playing the game well enough, right? Can essentially inconvenience you. Or of course in World vs. World, they can even, potentially like grief you or whatever, like, throw siege on your body, right? And like BM you and all that kind of stuff.
There are
right?
very, very, very few things in old school RuneScape that require you to play with other people.
Yeah.
Very few.
And their gameplay matter, right?
Precisely. Because there are moments, in fact, where you have to engage with somebody else, like minor ones. Like there are a couple quests. There are a couple quests where you need to find somebody from like the opposite faction so that you can go do this thing. But that actually is just an excuse to be social. And so I view that it's not like somebody's like going to grief you with that, really, right? So it's
I think there's plenty of ways you can. Sorry, Sneb.
Go ahead.
Just finish your thought.
No, that was it.
I actually think there's. Yeah, I was just going to say. I think there's plenty of ways you can actually grief people in OSRS, right?
There
mega
are.
Them if they're doing wilderness bosses. You can also compete for them because it's not like unlike in Guild Wars 2 where if you're mining a node, shout out to Roy, master of nodes. You're not competing for nodes in Guild Wars 2, but you actually are for when you're doing it in
but like
OSRS, right?
I don't know. I guess they can crash you, but in reality, is that as I would argue that's a lesser issue relative to some of the bigger issues in Guild Wars 2.
Yeah,
right?
and like
Oh, yeah.
if you, I mean, compare that to say classic WoW, because obviously PvP in the wilderness, like you can get owned there,
but
I feel like
that's expected.
That's expected. It's also I feel like a kind of like a relatively small part of the game from most players' perspective.
Yeah.
Whereas something like classic WoW, dude. Like, I always remember Jester's experience. So he basically went to, like, the first major PvP zone, Stranglethorn Vale, right? He left the base, like, the main base. He instantly got one-shot, like, immediately by a level 60 character. Like, there is nothing like that in something like Guild Wars 2. Right, that just can't happen. Where you just get like immediately one shot. And I during Classic, we got griefed by people dispelling world buffs. We got griefed by people like killing us on the way to the raid. Right, like imagine that, guys. Imagine in Guild Wars 2, if world PvP was enabled and you had to go to dungeons, right? Because I've had this experience. I've had to PvP to get to dungeons, right? In Classic WoW. Imagine if you wanted to do fractals, or if you wanted to do like a dungeon or a raid like Wing 1, you would have to walk to the portal and people could fight you and prevent you getting to the raid. Just like think about like that. And this is what I mean, right? Like this is what I think modern games try to avoid, is that they try to make it so that other players can't negatively impact your experience, and that, like intentionally or otherwise, right? Like on purpose or otherwise, right? Because sometimes you're doing your best and you're pissing someone off, right, or whatever, and sometimes you're doing it on purpose, right? You're like flaming them, whatever, or trying to grief them. But I think that a lot of modern games try to reduce that possibility from happening. But you know what? There is a really interesting side effect with this. I think that when you remove that friction, you also it feels like it's very difficult to preserve meaningful social interactions without that friction. For example, and I'm not just going to say Guild Wars 2 here. Social interactions in Guild Wars 2 and retail World of Warcraft are, by and large, utterly trivial. Like, they have no meaning. They have no, like, value in the broader context. You play, you never see that person ever again. Right? In open world, in fractals, in Mythic Plus, in pug raiding, in retail. But in Classic, like you meet people and those interactions are really meaningful.
Yeah.
To you. Like, they absolutely are compared to the more
I played for
MMO.
like 3 hours with this guy
Yeah.
in Classic, and we were like really hype, and then we went to the cave and I died to Gazoos, and he was like crying over my body.
I mean, hard hardcore is good for that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was like, no! And then I just like died instantly.
Yeah. Yeah, and that is something that does appear. You do kind of lose that when you take away that friction.
You do,
right? But you kind of you reduce the ability for something like that to happen because removing that friction, it almost like trivializes a lot of the social interactions that you end up having. And that's not, by the way, I want to be really clear, guys. That's not necessarily bad. We're just like describing what happens, right? Like it's like some people really like this, and in fact, I think this is like a big appeal of these modern MMOs. It's like the bystander, right? Like a lot of people, what they like about MMOs, it's like, why don't you play a single player RPG, right? You're not interacting with people. People like having that. Oh, Roy's gone, by the way. He hates
Bye, Roy.
us. Hey, take it easy, Roy.
Bye.
Yeah, a lot of people kind of like the idea that, I'm a face in the crowd. Like, there's all these other people playing, right? And like, I'm part of that, right? Like, and they don't need to necessarily socially interact to do that. And in fact, socially interacting people might find that very stressful. In fact, so they prefer it this way. So it's not like a good or a bad thing. It's just like it's a decision that has consequences that are good or bad depending on your preference, right?
Yeah. Anyway, we better stop.
We better go. Yeah. We better
we gotta sleep. We got big plans.
Yeah.
Tomorrow.
Yeah.